Ever been paralyzed by a menu with too many options? What led you to the decision you eventually made? Welcome to the intriguing world of decision-making, a process so integral to our daily lives that it often goes unnoticed. Yet each day, we make thousands of decisions, from the mundane, what to wear, what to eat, to the momentous, which job to take, which city to move to. But have you ever stopped to wonder why we make the decisions we do? What factors come into play? And why do more options sometimes leave us more confused than ever? Enter the paradox of choice. This concept, coined by psychologist Barry Schwartz, suggests that while some choice is undoubtedly better than none, more is not always better. Imagine standing in a grocery aisle surrounded by 50 different types of cereal. Sounds great, right? But as the options increase, so does our anxiety. We worry about making the wrong choice, about missing out on something better. This is what Schwartz refers to as choice overload, a cognitive process where the complexity of decision-making can lead to anxiety and stress. But it's not just about the number of choices. It's also about the context, the personal relevance, the perceived consequences of each option. It's about our values, our emotions, our past experiences, our intuition, our social influences, and the amount of information and knowledge we have at our disposal. Each of these factors plays a critical role in shaping our choices, often in ways we don't fully understand. They can lead us to make decisions that align with our goals, or they can steer us off course. They can empower us, or they can leave us feeling overwhelmed and paralyzed. So the next time you're faced with a menu of options, remember this. Decision-making is not just about picking an option. It's about understanding the factors that shape your choices and learning how to navigate them effectively. As it turns out, decision-making isn't as straightforward as it seems. What are your core values and how do they affect your choices? Imagine personal values as an inner compass, guiding us through the maze of life's decisions. They are the core beliefs that define who we are and what we stand for. They shape our perception of right and wrong, carving out our unique path in the world. Let's delve deeper into this. Our values influence our preferences, coloring our decision-making process. For instance, if you value honesty, you're more likely to make choices that reflect this. You'd opt for transparency over deceit, integrity over duplicity. Moreover, aligning our decisions with our personal values brings us long-term satisfaction. It's like finding the perfect fit. When our choices resonate with our core beliefs, we feel a sense of harmony, a sense of being true to ourselves. So remember, your values aren't just about you, they're the compass guiding your decisions. Ever made a decision in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? It's a common experience, isn't it? Emotions, whether they be joy, anger, fear, or love, play a critical role in our decision-making process. They can push us towards choices we might not have considered in a more neutral state. However, emotions aren't always the most reliable compass. While they can guide us towards fulfilling choices, they can also lead us down paths of regret if not properly managed. This is where emotional regulation comes into play. Emotional regulation is the ability to understand and manage your emotional responses. It's like a balancing act where you allow your emotions to inform your decisions without letting them take the driver's seat. So the next time you're faced with a decision, take a moment. Breathe. Reflect. Are your emotions leading the way, or are they part of a larger, more balanced decision-making process? Emotions are powerful drivers of our decisions, but they shouldn't be the only drivers. Ever had a gut feeling about something and it turned out to be right? This, dear listeners, is the power of intuition. It's that inexplicable inner voice, a subtle nudge that often guides us towards a decision, even when logic may point elsewhere. Intuition is not some mystical power. It's a product of our subconscious mind, processing information and experiences faster than our conscious mind can keep up. It's like an internal compass, pointing us in the direction our experiences have taught us is likely the best path. But can we trust this inner voice? Yes and no. Intuition can be honed through experience and learning. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But it's not infallible. It's crucial to balance intuition with reason, to ensure our decisions are not solely based on feelings, but also on facts and logical analysis. Your intuition is a powerful tool in decision-making, but it needs to be balanced with reason. How often do you find yourself swayed by the opinions of others? It's a question worth pondering, isn't it? Our social circles, the media, cultural norms, and even the opinions of strangers on the internet can subtly shape our decisions. Sometimes we might not even realize how these social influences seep into our decision-making process. Consider the phenomenon of peer pressure. We've all experienced it, haven't we? That subtle nudge to conform, to fit in, to not rock the boat. It's human nature to want to belong, and this desire can often steer our decisions, sometimes even against our better judgment. But here's the thing. Recognizing these social influences is crucial. It allows us to differentiate between decisions made out of genuine personal conviction and those influenced by external factors. By being aware, we can take a step back, evaluate, and if necessary, resist these influences. Knowing how others influence your decisions is the first step to making autonomous choices. Can you think of a past experience that greatly influenced a recent decision? I'm sure you can. We've all been there. Our past experiences, whether glorious victories or painful defeats, are like footprints in the sand of our minds. They guide us, consciously or subconsciously, as we navigate the vast landscape of decision-making. Let's delve into this. Imagine your past as a collage of experiences, each one a piece of a larger puzzle. Some pieces are bright with joy, others are shadowed by regret. But each piece, each experience fits together to form the picture of who you are today. Now think about how this collage influences your decisions. Perhaps you once took a risk and it paid off. That's a bright piece of the puzzle, encouraging you to be bold in the future. Or maybe you made a mistake and faced the consequences. That's a shadowed piece, prompting caution and contemplation. Either way, these past experiences shape your decisions, acting as a silent advisor, whispering wisdom gleaned from the past. But here's the key. It's not just about what you've experienced, it's about what you've learned from those experiences. It's about taking the time to reflect, to dissect the successes and the failures, and to draw lessons from them. It's about growing, evolving, and becoming a better decision maker. So how do we use this knowledge? How do we ensure our past serves us rather than hinders us? It's simple. We learn to distinguish between the helpful and the harmful. We acknowledge the victories, but we also embrace the defeats, understanding they're just stepping stones on the path to better decisions. In essence, our past experiences are a treasure trove of wisdom. They're the compass guiding us through the decision-making wilderness, the wellspring from which we draw insight and understanding. But remember, they're not the be-all and end-all. They're merely tools in our decision-making toolkit. Your past doesn't have to dictate your future, but it can inform your present decisions. So let's use the past with all its triumphs and trials as a stepping stone to a future of better, more informed decisions. Ever made a decision only to find out later that you didn't have all the information? We've all been there, and it's a situation that underscores the critical role of information and knowledge in decision-making. You see, every choice we make is a response to a problem or a situation. Our ability to make effective decisions, therefore, hinges on our understanding of the problem and the context in which it exists. And that understanding, it's built on information and knowledge. But let's break it down a bit. Information is the raw data we gather about a situation. It's the facts, figures, and details that paint a picture of what's going on. Knowledge, on the other hand, is a deeper understanding. It's the insights we gain from processing and interpreting the information we've gathered. It's the why behind the what. Now, the relationship between information, knowledge, and decision-making is a dynamic one. It's not enough to simply have information. That information must be accurate, relevant, and timely. It has to be reliable. And it's not enough to just have knowledge. That knowledge must be applied in a way that's contextually appropriate and aligned with our goals. So how do we ensure we have the right information and knowledge? It starts with asking the right questions. It involves actively seeking out diverse perspectives and being open to new information that might challenge our existing beliefs. It requires critical thinking to analyze and interpret the information and wisdom to understand its implications. Remember, every choice we make shapes our journey, and every decision is an opportunity to learn, grow, and get closer to our goals. So let's not leave our decisions to chance. Let's arm ourselves with the best information and knowledge we can find. Knowledge isn't just power, it's the foundation of sound decision-making. Remember, decision-making is more art than science. It's a delicate ballet, a dance that weaves together 7 critical factors we've journeyed through. Your personal values, the compass guiding your moral direction, your emotions, the raw, visceral responses that color your choices, your intuition, the quiet whisper of your subconscious, often holding profound wisdom, social influences, the subtle and overt pressures from those around you, shaping your decisions in ways you may not even realize, your past experiences, the lessons learned and memories formed that inform your present choices, and finally, information and knowledge, the raw data that arms you with facts and figures to make informed decisions. As we close this exploration, remember to consider these factors in your future decisions. They're the brushstrokes in the art of decision-making, each one vital to the masterpiece of your life. Your decisions shape your world. Make them wisely,